echoes from other dimensions, other timelines that we were in. So in other timelines, we were at that house, but doing different things. And so that's what we were hearing.
So the experience I had with that was the lamp. Should I tell the lamp story?
Yeah.
So in one timeline, I turned a lamp on the dresser. And then I went to bed apparently in a different timeline because I didn't see that lamp on. But then I woke up, looked over and went, oh, I need to shut the lamp off. Got out of bed, shut the lamp, closed the blinds because I was trying to make the room brighter. It was a log cabin, which Monica informed us, it's hard to make it too bright because the logs absorb the light. And I was like, no kidding, it absorbs the light, So I remember in the one timeline, and here's the thing, we're going to remember all the timelines as if they all actually happened. So then it's like, well, which way was it? So in one timeline, I opened blinds and turned on lights. And then I went to bed in a different one because there was none of that to shut off. And then I woke up and the lights were on and I needed to get up and shut them off and close the blinds. So I was telling him, man, that was weird. And then I woke up the next morning going, did I get out of bed or didn't I get out of bed? It was that confusing. Like, did I do that? And I looked around and the blinds were closed and the lights were off. So I was like, okay, pretty sure I did that. And I could remember turning them on, but I could also remember not turning them on. And so I was really experiencing it in that moment. But then that was my biggest moment.
Right. And see, that's like you're saying, this is what they've been telling us. We're going to, they told me for quite a few years, we are going to get to where we see 8. Well, they said 8 lives, but it could be these realities, but there's like, we're seeing different dimensions and lives are other dimensions. So this is timelines within the same life, but see, it's all part of the same. But, and that's what you see, what kind of has to happen gradually, because that can be confusing. And I love it, what you're saying there, because like you're saying, did this really happen? Tiffany does this, we'll relay stories. And then Jenny at the office also does this. She says, she'll say something, she goes, but it might've been a fake memory. And I bet you that's what we're tapping in. It was like, I don't know if I really did that. I think it's a fake memory.
Yeah.
It's the timeline.
You're on the timeline where you did that. Yeah. And so, when with the information that came in for me, I don't know when I was doing the channeling, we were going to experience 3, 1 below, 1 above, and we're going to bounce between them, the 3 of them. That would be an easier start than 8.
So we were going to work up to 8, but that's what's like. We're starting to see these things. At that time, I was thinking, okay, when we do a session and we're seeing another life, we're in 2 because we're aware of that one and you're aware of this one. So that was like, okay, this is an introduction of how to be in 2 different dimensions at the same time, or see 2 different dimensions. And then here's another one. So it's like, it's showing us how, we don't know. We keep putting definitions. Oh, this is how it's going to happen. We have no idea how it's going to happen. They're just like, it's going to happen gradually so we can get used to it.
Us wanting to label it or put it in a box or do something with it. And we got to all stop doing that, because it's time to just, this is happening, and
exactly.
We're experiencing all of that. So it's very cool. It's very exciting times.
We have a couple of timeline questions.
Good.
So Peggy is asking, could the different timelines have anything to do with deja vu?
I think they could, but what I have heard deja vu is before, like one of the things we do at night, it's one of the things is we're doing kind of like dress rehearsals, trying to, we're looking at the different possible paths we can take. And so we're trying out different ones. It's like, okay, which one do I want to do? You're trying to just do, like I said, dress rehearsals to see which one fits best and as to what we're wanting to accomplish. And so then when we actually get into where we're now doing it, see, then that's where you might feel a familiarity because you did it before in a dress rehearsal. So that's the one that I've heard that makes the most sense to me.
Yeah. We could go back to the show that we were talking about, the resets too, like doing a reset might bring on a deja vu.
Right.
Wait, haven't we done this already?
Exactly. Yeah, because I think when that happens, because we don't know. I mean, here's another thing we don't know. We're just speculating here that, these things are happening. And so probably the objective is, it starts, we're resetting, it reframes, it does all this stuff. And maybe we're not really supposed to remember. It's like it's starting over essentially, right? But way things are like especially with encounters, that was something Mom was finding, was we aren't supposed to remember those when we have our encounters, when we have visitations. But because of the some of the chemicals and the pollutants, things like that are in the air and in our system, it makes it so that some of these things bleed through. It could be something like that. So some of the memories do come in, they don't completely go away.
Yeah. So
Actually, they're just saying, they can't go away. There's a record of everything. What do you think you tap into when you do a session? Duh.
yeah, that makes so much sense, right?
Mhm.
True. All right. Okay, Tiffany. It's your time to